Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Talk and Play Blurcast. I am your host, Brian Saff, and you're tuned into the Talk and Play Blurcast. Thank you so much for being here once again. For all of the returning listeners, y'all know I fuck with you. I don't want to say too much because I'm a little under the weather. We'll talk about that like in a few seconds. But appreciation. It's like I don't know what you can't see, but I'm raising my arm up to signify how high their appreciation level is. It's like that. Um, I'm 6'2", by the way. So then just think about a 6'2" nigga putting his arm like even more over his max height. It's up there. You good? Appreciation, all that. Sick, yes. Me, yes. Why? I don't know. Cause I don't know. I think that's what happens sometimes. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you what I think it was. I really think because it wasn't like death. I wasn't deathly ill, but it was one of them six where it's like, okay, nigga, you running fevers here and there, coughing is nonstop. It's very hard for you to breathe, let alone talk for long periods of time. Just relax. And the more and more I relax, the better I got, as well as taking Dayquil and vitamin C pills all day. But, that's how I heal. Um, Either way, I think it was just because I was running around too much. Um, yeah, I work a lot. Even my time where I'm supposed to be off, I'm like working, trying to bring some more money in. And then when I'm not working, I'm outside. It's summertime. Things are going on in the world that I want to be a part of, that I want to experience. Like, it's crazy. I was just having a conversation with somebody about this. A lot of things, most things, I dare say all things, but I won't. Most things are once in a lifetime. Once the opportunity is gone, 9 times out of 10, you can't get it back. So I've really been like taking part of that ideology a lot more recently. I have a tattoo that says "One Life" that I got. I can't remember how long it's been since I had this tattoo, but it's basically what I just said wrapped up into like two words. Like, you only got one life, and it would be a shame to like waste it. So I'll be outside doing stuff, having a good time, finding ways to spend time with people I care about, and spend money um, that I make. And so occasionally, going back to back to back to back, just like always on go. My body, it'll turn up real quick and be like, "Hey, sit your ass down, nigga. Here's some sniffles. Here's a little cough. You know what I'm saying? Body temperature out of whack. 1 minute you cold, 1 minute you hot. Night sweats, all that. Get your ass in the bed and let us heal so we can go back outside and turn up." So, needless to say, my 4th of July vacation was all about rest and, you know what I'm saying, recuperating. I don't know if any of you individuals celebrate the 4th of July, because as time goes on and information becomes more accessible, we learn things about these holidays that would implore us to be a little bit more cautious about repping that shit because it really don't fuck with us the way we think it do. But either way, I didn't get a chance to do anything for 4th of July. I'm not necessarily mad at that. I feel like Juneteenth is slowly becoming Black people's July 4. So, you know, I just the 4th of July at this point is just a paid day off, and I appreciate it now. I appreciate it, and in all respect to what I'm saying, the people that serve this country and all that stuff there, and um, freedom. I fuck with all that. But due to me being under the weather, I was in the bed. I did, however, I got a little plate. My family, they was cooking, they was barbecuing over at my cousin's house, so I was able to secure me a little plate. That was good. I fucked with that, and then obviously fireworks everywhere. So you know what I'm saying? Open a window, stand outside for a little bit, jump in the car real quick, go down the street, get some water or something. Like, I saw the works. So we good. And I hope you all enjoy your 4th of July as well. Outside of that, like I said, bedridden. So I haven't really been paying too much to what's going on, obviously the big things on social media. So let's just go ahead and get into it. This particular episode, I have an interesting read. That Microsoft acquisition thing got some good news. I'm ready for this to be over. What else? A couple more things in the headlines. Nicki, Drake, Threads, Tasha K, and y'all know Keke Palmer boyfriend. That gotta leave my 2 cents on that. Game chat. It's been dry in the gaming space. Obviously, we are fresh off the heels of Summer Games Fest, so it's not really much to talk about, but I'll share a few things. The playlist, music has been a little bit on the cooler side as well, but there are a few singles that I want to make mention of, and then the Pink Tape came out. Shout out to Uzi Vert and his whole team, whatever. Definitely got to give my thoughts on Pink Tape. And then the watch list. New trailer that I wanted to discuss really fast. A show that I was able to binge watch while I was on bed rest, and some other things that I've been watching. You know how I get down. So full episode, but it shouldn't be too long because I feel like I could cough really bad or sneeze really bad at any moment because I'm still recuperating. So I ain't trying to fuck myself up. So I'm gonna try to keep it light. So let's just go ahead and let's go ahead and play some music real quick, and then we in the episode. Let's do it.
I done came out with 100 grand large. Yeah, I got a 10-car garage. Yeah, they thought I wouldn't make it far. Yeah, mama, I did it a star. Yeah, yellow diamond look like March. Yeah, bag out so big like a park. Yeah, made it from Pluto to Mars. If the lights go off, baby, would you ever change?
All right, so the headlines, we got interesting read. This article, Kotaku, back again. It was interesting. I was scrolling the Apple News app, right before jumping on the microphone. Not intentionally looking for something. I was just, I don't know, scrolling like I do on social media for, time and time out my day. Either way, this came up. I guess it's like breaking news or whatever. It popped up and everything like that. Basically, like I said, the article is from Kotaku. The title of it reads, Microsoft wins court battle against FTC over Activision Blizzard acquisition. This is written by Ethan Gach, or Gach, Gach. Gach? I'm gonna go with Gach. Either way, I read through the article, and it basically was saying that the judge who was presiding over the lawsuit that the FTC brought against Microsoft or whatever, he ruled against the FTC. So that means Microsoft won, and they are back on their path, or their $69 billion path of acquiring Activision Blizzard. Now it still has to be, it still have to go under some reviews and everything like that. The whole acquisition as a whole, because it's a big thing for for the gaming industry. So it still got a lot of picking apart to do by the powers that be. But this is a good win because that means the FTC is not out of the picture. They can't, you know what I'm saying? I guess they probably could bring some more charges up, but at this point, the judge already said FTC get out the way. If FTC decide to roll back through with something else, it's probably more than likely gonna go in Microsoft's favor again because the judge already has given them favor in whatever the FTC brought up this first time. So it's kind of like a snowball effect here. It's like, okay, you won there, so everything else should be looking up. You can read this, like I said, on Kotaku. That's Kotaku. If you're interested in like seeing everything the judge had to say. Apparently, he wrote this 53-page essay describing his decision, to do all of this or whatever. But it was an interesting read, nonetheless, because obviously it's bringing up how Sony may react to all of this and the CMA and their decisions behind certain things. Like, it's a solid article and it's not very long, so because they don't read the whole 53 pages. It's a quick little paragraph and then they move on to the other things. But I was interested because after the win, they have like a little paragraph here with some screenshots of how Microsoft's stock shot up after this win. So the industry as a whole is looking for, this Microsoft merger and everything, or acquisition of Activision Blizzard to actually go through because they got excited money-wise. The stock went up crazy. If I'm not mistaken, I have a few shares of Microsoft. I don't know. I don't got time for that right now. But good news for Microsoft with their Activision Blizzard acquisition. Moving forward, Nicki Minaj, she announced the album and then pushed it back. She said that she had to push the album back for something that is quote unquote well worth the wait. So we're gonna be excited, and you know all the words people use when they like, trust me, you're gonna be happy about why I did this decision. So, I'm waiting either way. It's been 5 years since the Queen album dropped. That was Nicki's last like full body project, and every year since then she been making sure we know she's still on top by giving us songs or singles and features. She been going crazy this year, which I know the album is coming. She in album mode. She doing, because one thing about Young Money as a whole, well, I won't say that. One thing about Drake, Nicki, and Tyga being like directly up under Wayne, you know what I'm saying, during that whole like Young Money era or whatever, they kind of roll out their projects similarly, meaning they do what Wayne used to do before dropping an album, which is jump on everybody's shit. Single, feature, single, feature, like just go. If you've been noticing, Nicki been on that wave. She announced the album, and then the pushback date is what it was, November 17th, 2023, which is cool. That's, right before Thanksgiving break and all that. So we're going to have some time to actually digest the project without the distractions of work. So I'm fucking with it. Now, the reason that I'm bringing it up is because I believe that she pushed this back because it has something to do with Beyonce and or Drake. Reason I'm saying this, Beyonce's tour is scheduled to wrap here in the States, and I believe indefinitely. Like I believe the last tour stop for the whole Renaissance tour is actually here in the States, and it is on like October 1st or 7th. Like that first week of October, Beyonce is scheduled to be done. So if a song is already in the works, That'll leave them enough time. That's like 5 or 6 weeks for them to finish the song and shoot a video. If no song is done, that'll at least give them time to do a song together. And there's also been rumors about Act 2 of Renaissance being a remix album of Renaissance, and that Nicki's supposed to be on there as well. So I feel like it got a lot to do with Beyonce, especially because right before she announced this pushback or whatever, she went crazy with like posting Beyonce in her Instagram, IG stories or whatever. And I was like, damn, she's trying to hint at something. Like she posts Beyonce randomly all the time. Like that's nothing new for Nicki, but the veracity, like it was back to back pictures or whatever. And then, I gotta push the album back. Y'all gonna be so excited for why I did that. So they either got something to do with her or, like I said, Drake, because Drake just got on stage on his tour. He announced the new album is coming out for all the dogs. That's the title of it. And he also announced that him and Nicki have a brand new song on there. He was like, it's been a long time since me and Nicki did a song together, which that is like technically true, because Seeing Green just came out not too long ago. I don't think Seeing Green is 2 years old yet. And I know that was originally a Drake and Lil Wayne record, but then he let Nicki hear it and she jumped on it. So technically y'all worked together. But what he was saying is, this is the first time that they created a song from scratch, just them two. It wasn't already like planned out or whatever, and Nicki hopped on last minute or vice versa. And so I'm excited because a brand new Drake and Nicki song, like Drake has, in my opinion, he has the best features. He has the best Nicki features in his catalog. Yeah. Every time he gets Nicki to like lock in with him for his song, she always like go above and beyond as far as producing a fire verse. So I'm kind of excited. I think the last Nicki verse where Drake kind of did that, is it Make Me Proud, the last time they did a song together? And damn, that's crazy. Either way, I feel like she pushed the album back for one of them too, because Drake is also scheduled to be done with his tour like around mid-October. So again, time for songs and videos to be recorded. So I don't know. I think it got something to do with them. And then Nicki also announced that her tour is gonna be kicking off Q1 of 2024. Her and Drake both have been teasing a Young Money tour or a Big 3 tour, her, Drake, and Wayne. So it could be something dealing with that as well. I believe I read somewhere that Wayne is working on an album that he wanted to put out this year. So a lot of stuff going on with the Young Money camp, and I'm excited. Y'all know those are like that's my team right there. Like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki, the whole Young Money movement, everybody else that was a part of that, Tyga, Gutta, Kid, Matt Main, Lil Twist, Lil Chucky, even Lloyd was over there for a little second. Like, I fuck with the wave, so I'm excited for this. I hope it happens. And I want that Drake book. It's weird because I feel like, just based on what I've seen, all the content surrounding this For All the Dogs, I guess poetry book Drake put out, it's like page of page, like one line on a page of just Instagram quotes, which I believe are lyrics to the songs from the new album. So I don't know, I kind of want it. It's like a musical like fan kind of merch piece or whatever. I think so anyway. Either way, that was dope. Moving along, Thread came through to him up Twitter real quick, pun intended. Threads him. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm on Threads. I enjoy it. But I enjoy Twitter as well, so I wasn't gonna be surprised about that. I like the cleanliness of threads. Like it looked real simplistic, it looked real minimalistic and clean, like straight to the point. I like that because you're supposed to be reading conversation between people. Like it's supposed to be like you're talking to people, but you like typing or whatever. So it don't need to be as cluttered as like Twitter is with fucking ads and all of the different things, spaces, and all this other bullshit that Twitter has added on to it. So I like the simplicity of it. I do think Threads needs a trending like section, like trending topics or whatever. Hopefully Zuck is working on that because I feel like that's what's going to be vital to making sure this app succeeds, us having a place to congregate and see what the overall app is discussing, what people on the app are discussing. Because, you know, during like big events like TV shows and I don't know, elections and shit like that, whenever your favorite rappers are arguing publicly on Twitter, like that shit get the trend and you be like, oh shit, let me tap in and see what the fuck going on. That's part of the fun of Twitter, like being a part of the bigger conversations. But I fuck with Threads. Can't necessarily say it's killed Twitter as of yet, but I could definitely see it being a nail in the coffin for the Bird app, especially after Elon's weird changes, limiting how many tweets you can see in a day, charging to be verified, which Zuck has picked up that shit too. Like you can verify your Instagram account and all of this stuff for like $15 a month. I'm not fucking doing that. I really don't care. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know the benefits of that. I mean, I do because it lays it out plainly, but I don't think I want those. I don't care to have those benefits. I just want to use the app, and so I will. But yeah, Threads is dope. Looking forward to seeing how it continues to grow. What else is on here? Do I want to? Okay, I'll just be quick. Tasha K. I don't know. The girl's still out here talking reckless about any and everybody. I really feel like what I said last time we discussed her, I think that's the play. I really think that's it. I think she's just trying to do whatever she can to drum up press around her content to make people tune in so that she can get her views up so that she could pay Cardi this $4 million back faster, which I feel like it's a smart strategy and it makes sense. However, because you've already lost a defamation lawsuit against Cardi B, everybody is going to feel like as soon as you say something that's defaming them or somebody they love, they could sue you. So you might, I don't know, tread light, Tasha. Tread light because somebody else is liable to come sue your ass for something that you saying out of pocket. This commentary on Blue Ivy, I don't get it. And, you know, the only reason I'm mentioning this is because I want this to be an overall larger conversation for all of you adults. Speaking on Blue Ivy in this like low-key sexualized way, y'all sounding weird. It's not making sense because Blue Ivy is literally a child, bro. Like she's not even a teenager yet. I believe Blue Ivy's 11 or 12, somewhere in there. She's not even a teenager yet. Why is Tasha so concerned about Blue dancing stiff during the Renaissance tour is beyond me. And I've seen these kind of comments before, and people usually do leave it to like the stiffness of her dancing, but Tasha went as far as to be like, oh, we need Blue Ivy to be dancing like the majorette girls in the hood right now. She kind of giving like white cheerleader and stuff like that. And it's like, Blue Ivy's a child. She's 11. That's one thing. Two, she in front of her mama. Her mama is very, very protective. As you could clearly see, Beyonce come out in a skin tight anything. The dancers follow suit. They're all adults. Blue Ivy, on the other hand, is in a baggy motherfucking throat to goddamn toenail jumpsuit. Like Missy Elliott back in the day during that one video. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like this is intentional. I feel like Beyonce tells Blue every show, listen, don't go out there doing too much. You are a child. You're going to be fully covered. I got you fully covered. Go out there and have a good time. And also, number 3, keep in mind your daddy is in the audience watching you. Don't pop and shake too much because you're a kid. And I feel like that's something that everybody needs to like come to terms with Blue Ivy. She's a child. If you feel like she's dancing quote unquote too stiff, I just want you to put yourself in the mind of an 11-year-old that is performing in front of stadiums worth of people, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people at one time, camera phones in the air. You don't know the intent of the people recording these videos, if they're pedophiles or anything like that. Your mama, who's the biggest artist in the world, is standing right beside you, making sure you don't get too out of pocket. And then your daddy right there in the audience doing the same thing. Like, it's amazing that Blue Ivy even works up the courage at 11 years old to go out in front of, and you know what I'm saying, to go out there and do that. We got to give a fuck about that child dancing stiff. She's a kid. She's a child. When she becomes an adult, if she wanna, you know what I'm saying, twerk down with the best of them, that's her business. But right now, at 11 years of age, we're going to keep her in a child's place. Fully clothed. Only piece of skin you get to see from Blue Ivy literally is her face and hands. Go out there and have a good time. Don't do nothing to make these people sexualize you. Your daddy in the audience, and I'm right here, so don't get too crazy. She go out there and have a good time. Mind your business, Tasha K. Because you sound crazy. You sound crazy, and it's weird. What else? Keke Palmer, that's, you know, her baby daddy or whatever. I don't really want to get too much into this because at this point it's pretty much old news, but it was hilarious. So I'm gonna continue to laugh at memes that are popping up, and just go ahead and say the boy sounded crazy. He just did. I don't think it had anything to do with the outfit. It was clearly Usher. And you chose to take the misogynistic respectability politics route and talk about Keke and her outfit and she a mom and all this other stuff. Which I wish he would have just left it. When people thought he was joking and like playing with her, I wish he would have left it there. But when he came back talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying, we live in an age where a man can't talk about what he want his wife and mother his child and this my family and she represent me and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. That was when he lost me, and I'm like, this nigga tripping. He and his feelings about Usher Raymond, and he doing everything he can to drum up the rest of you niggas that believe your wife is your property and y'all should be able to dictate whatever she doing, say outside the house. Like, he want that crowd to come in because, I don't know, I guess that's like what people expect of all men and women who choose to be in relationships or whatever. But I don't know, it's weird. The only thing I really want to say about it is let this be a lesson or another reminder that just because you are in a relationship with somebody, that does not mean you own them. I think people take the whole my thing, they take that shit to the head. Like, just because that's your wife, it doesn't mean like you like own her as a person and you get to decide how the rest of her life goes. You know what I'm saying? I think we get a little bit too possessive when it comes to people. And it's weird to me, especially as a black person, because our ancestors were actually possessed. They were actually property of other human beings. So it's always weird to me when I see people like get super like possessive over their partners. So it's like, okay, I get the sentiment behind the words my fiance, my wife, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. I get the sentiment behind that, but don't put too much on that my part, because at the end of the day, everybody is responsible for themselves. Everybody represents themselves, and everybody belongs to themselves. It's the same way how we be having people at the house talking about my husband, my man, my wife, my girl, my lady, you know what I'm saying? But then in the streets, she's not acting, or he's not acting, or they're not acting anything like they belong to you, because they're doing what the fuck they want to do with their particular organs of sexual pleasure. like just keep in mind. That's all I want people to keep in mind. Just because y'all got these little labels, these man-made like labels of representation of your relationship, it doesn't mean that the person that you've attached that label to can't still be out there doing what the fuck they want to do with themselves, because you don't own them. But yeah, either way, you know, it look like things may be a little shaky over at the house or whatever, just based on the way Kiki been like gliding through her posts. Like, I ain't giving no energy to none of that bullshit. I'm enjoying myself. She doubled down a little bit. I wish I would have took more pictures in my outfit, because I was looking good. We saw you all of the video footage from the Usher concert, and I really wish, well, not wish, but I think it would have been a lot smarter if Darius would have just been honest about the fact that he was a little jealous about Usher got his lady scooped up like that, serenading her. I think people would have understood that, or been able to. I think people would have been able to relate to that a little bit more if he would just been like, "Damn, bro, you know, so I'm at the house with the baby. I look online and I see my lady. She all hugged up with Usher. This nigga singing to her, sweat dripping down his face. She's googly eyed." You know what I'm saying? They had a little exchange. She turned around, showed the nigga the cheeks. The nigga give her the face. Like, God damn, Kiki, you holding, you got that ass back there. That, you know, that bothered me, because I love this girl. And Usher can definitely take her from you. Or, damn, I was supposed to be speaking from Darius' perspective. Either way, I think people would have been able to level with that a lot easier than doing the whole, look at the outfit you got on, and you a mom, and you supposed to be representing me, and I should be able to say what I want as far as how my family is portrayed, and with my wife and all this other stuff. Because I don't know if Kiki and this guy are married. I haven't heard anything about that. And I feel like the way Kiki talks about Darius in the public, she would have told us before TMZ found out that they got married. So the whole my wife thing, it's weird. Him talking about, oh, I got morals and respect, whatever he said about respect, that's also weird, because, you know what I'm saying, from a moral standpoint, y'all's relationship and lifestyle is immoral, if that makes sense. Like, a super traditional nigga would look at what Kiki and Darius are doing and be like, shame on you for having a baby out of wedlock, and you Darius the man not being the sole provider for the family and all this other stuff. So it's kind of like, you gotta chill a little bit dog. You gotta chill, because you ain't paying the bills, you ain't putting no ring on it, and then you got the nerve to be, well, yeah, misogynistic and lie. Because it's about Usher, you know that. It ain't got nothing to do with what Kiki got on. You mad because Usher was serenading your lady, and it just so happened that ass was assing, and you found your end in order to get your get back. But it backfired heavily, because we don't know you, and we love Kiki. That's very, very big, very, very big difference in acknowledgement as a human being. Somebody you don't know versus somebody you absolutely love. You want to hear nothing from your side. What? Boy, if you don't, baby, this is Kiki Palmer. But either way, yeah, grow up, guys. It's not that big of a deal. Keke Palmer is bad as fuck. Like, she's fine, bro. Like, if it was me, I would be happy to show that off. Especially if it's Keke Palmer, who is like, fuck the rest of them niggas. I'm gonna go out there and look bad, turn heads, but I'm going home to my man. That's the kind of girl Keke Palmer is. Like, she wanna show out and look good in the public, but she gonna come home to you, nigga. But it is what it is. That's it. Let's go ahead and cut it right there and slide into the game chat.
Oh God. She told me to pay it forward, now she backing it up. Used to date a ball player, but they wrapping it up. Got her in a penthouse and I'm smacking it up. They gon' point you to the top if you asking for us. 21.
Go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get my baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Nobody make me stop.
All right, game chat for this particular episode. I don't have a trailer spotlight. I don't know. I guess after, all of the video game announcements that happened recently, Summer Game Fest, all the showcases that happened there, the Nintendo Direct, there's not really many new game trailers to like show off anymore, which is fine because we got a lot of material to work with from those particular events. People probably still watching trailers. I am. But didn't have one to spotlight. Instead, I wanted to spotlight this new Black Panther game that EA said they're working on. I'm really, really excited for it. I guess the developers of a game called Middle-earth: Shadow of the Mordor. I'm not sure. I've never played that game before. I don't know anything about it. Didn't really care to do the research. Either way, EA has, or what? How did they word this? Let me just read the article. The project is led by Kevin Stevens, who was Monolith Production Studio head during development of Shadow of the Mordor franchise. Shadow of the Mordor franchise. Again, there's a video right here. I should watch this later so I can understand what this Shadow of the Mordor thing is. Either way, it says EA said others who worked on that Shadow of the Mordor game, along with veterans of Halo Infinite, God of War, and Call of Duty, are already part of Cliffhanger, which is the new AAA studio that is producing this game with Marvel. I'm really excited about it based on this. I'm reading this article from IGN, by the way. I didn't say that. There's an article on IGN about the announcement of the game, whatever. Either way, it's titled EA announces Black Panther game from some of the developers behind Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. So in one of the press releases, one of the snippets from Steven, who's like the head of the game, whatever, he said, "We're dedicated to delivering fans a definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, giving them more agency and control over the narrative than they have ever experienced in a story-driven video game." So this means RPG. And I'm down for that because I feel like, well, let me read this second part. It says, Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox, and our mission is to develop an epic world for players who love Black Panther and want to explore the world of Wakanda as much as we do. All of that made me excited because what it said to me is they're going to dig deeper into Wakanda, because Wakanda has a lot of lore, and I don't like that it hasn't been necessarily explored in the way that I feel like it should. I feel like low key Black Panther and his entire universe, it has like at least half the depth that Spider-Man and his universe has. And I say half because we mostly see Black Panther deal in, Wakanda and the Wakandan business. But then the city of Wakanda has a lot going on too. If you remember the first Black Panther movie, they talked about all the different tribes that are there and how they all participate to the overall growth, protection, well-being, and prosperity of the city of Wakanda. And then, Black Panther itself is a legacy superhero. It's not just one nigga. Like, it's not Clark Kent all the time like Superman. Like, the Black Panther mantle gets passed down from generation to generation. So they have a lot to explore because Wakanda been here for a while, and there's been multiple Black Panthers. And, obviously as time and the world advances, so does Wakanda, because that's just how evolution works. So there's a lot that they could do there. And I really like that they about to do this whole like story driven RPG game or whatever, and like give us opportunity to like really, really explore Wakanda and probably see some things that we had never like seen before in video game, at least. Because the comic books, they probably got, pretty deep, but as far as what we've seen live action or, animated or, via video game, we only scratched the surface. So I'm really hyped for that. So check out some articles on that if you're interested, because that sounds dope. And I did notice that this game has potential to come out around the time where the Black Panther Disney Plus, yes, the Black Panther Disney Plus series premieres, and that other Black Panther game that has Captain America in it as well. Like, I'm pretty sure this game will be out somewhere around that time, which it just says dope things to me about what Disney has planned for Black Panther or Marvel has planned for Black Panther, and making sure the character becomes more mainstream, because we look at the Avengers, we need more representation. But yeah, I'm excited about that. What else? Games I've been playing. I picked up the Pikmin 4 demo. I'm pretty close to beating it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to beating it, because you only need 1,500 of that star energy or whatever to beat the demo. I think I'm at like 1,200. Either way, the demo is dope. It got me even more excited for Pikmin 4 to actually release, which is coming soon, July 24th. I'm excited. Especially because my progress is going to carry over from the demo to the full game. Love that. So I'm excited for that. Still been playing Final Fantasy 16 demo. Haven't put too much time in it because, sick. Overwatch 2. I just played a little bit of that before I started recording. I don't have confidence at this point in time that I'm going to beat this battle pass this particular season. I blame Overwatch because I don't really feel called or pulled to this season for whatever reason. And the fact that they already kind of gave us a little sneak peek of who or what we can expect from the hero that's supposed to be put in the game next season, I'm like, this ain't nothing but a little placeholder. I don't give a fuck about this season. I'm trying to see this new hero for next season, because it's supposed to be another healer, and it looked like he got a big ass sword like Cloud. So I'm like, he could be a dope character. But then I'm also like, I hope he's not too dope, because I don't want these weirdo Overwatch players that only play characters that look cool and have cool looking abilities. They'd be like, oh, that character look cool and got cool looking abilities, let me go play healer now, and fuck up the supports, because we've built a little community of support mains over here, and we just understand that the rest of y'all who play the game, especially the DPS players that like to just play Genji all the goddamn time, and Hanzo, like most of y'all are like not all the way wrapped in the head, and we don't need y'all coming over here bringing that energy to the support. So hope the character don't look too far, but we'll see. And then what else? Marvel Snap launched a new season as well. It's centered around the Phoenix Force and Jean Grey, which is dope. The Phoenix Force card is it's dope, but at the same time, I'm a little thrilled by it because it's supposed to be able to revive a card that's been destroyed. And then when it revives that card, it's going to merge with it. And then it's going to be able to move it each turn. But the Phoenix Force card is a 5-cost card. So that means if you play it, which most of the time you only get enough energy to play 5-cost cards on turn 5. So if you play it on turn 5, just based on what you got, then it'll revive one of your cards that's been destroyed. You'll be able to only move it one turn because the next turn is 6, and then that's it. Unless I can see a combination working where you play Psylocke like on. I can see it. You play Psylocke, maybe play Shocker with the high evolutionary like ability on him to like knock off a cost. I'm trying to say I can see you getting the cost low enough to play Phoenix early in the game, but then how many cards would you have destroyed by like turn 2 or 3? And the only cards that would truly benefit from Phoenix Force is cards that have move abilities. So I don't know. I think they just need to drop the Phoenix Force cost now like 1. Instead of it being a 5-cost card, make it a 4-cost. Yeah. Either way, Marvel Snap is snapping. So that's it for the game chat. I ain't really have much else to talk about. Let's play some music real quick and then the playlist so we can talk about Pink Tape.
Every time I get a check, everybody just got their hand out. But when I was broke, nobody really had their hand out. Days come and go, but my love gon' stay. Stay on the road, so my money's right. Days come and go, but my love gon' stay.
Alright, the playlist. New singles and videos that have come out that I've been fucking with. Victoria Monet. I meant to mention this last episode, but I forgot. But her new single, "Oh My Mama," I fuck with it. I really fuck with it. I love the sample. "Oh my mama, oh my hood, I look fly, I look good." Hey, like I fuck with that sample there. I like the little vibe she added to it. The beat is dope. Like it's just a cool, like little vibey song with the beautiful vocals of Victoria Monet on there. So that song is dope. I'm excited for her Jaguar 2 album. I'm a little tight because she just announced the Jaguar tour, but she's not coming to Florida. But then at the same time, I'm not like super tight because I just started getting into Victoria Monet maybe like a year or two ago. So I'm not like a super big enough fan to like actually like want to see her on tour like super bad. And then on top of that, I feel like something in my spirit is telling me that she's going to be at one music festival, which plans are in the works. That's the next tour stop, guys. Possibly the next tour stop because a lot could happen in between now and in October. But I'm making plans to be out there, so hopefully I get to see her, bro. Like I like the song. I like songs from her, so I would definitely pop her at at her set if she is to be at one music festival this year. I hope she's there. Also, YG, Tiger, and Blast, they put out West Coast Weekend. It's a good little summertime West Coast vibe. I really fuck with it. I've been on the guy's ass for the past fuck that. I ain't pausing nothing. Fuck that. I've been on the guy's necks. Is that better? I've been chastising the gentleman to give a fucking summertime record, bro. Like, I don't understand. The girls understand the fucking assignment. We outside, it's the fucking summertime. Turn us up. All these other niggas, they want to put out this, I'm too cool, I'm in the trap, my ops, fuck them niggas over there. Like, nobody want to, come on now. I'm getting mad just thinking about it. Why do you niggas not want to, why y'all ain't turned up for the summertime? What's going on? Why y'all ain't making summertime music? I want these niggas to make me feel like I need to go to somebody's day party, one of these Negro brunches, where it turned into the club as soon as 75% of the building get their food. I want to turn up. I know I do. And niggas ain't been doing it, but this Tiger, YG, and Blast West Coast Weekend single is dope. It got a West Coast vibe, obviously, because, you know, it's in the title. And definitely Tiger and YG are from LA. Is Blast from LA? I would assume. Either way, I like the song. The video, it fits. It got cool West Coast summertime vibes. Bikinis, beaches, boardwalks, swimming pools. I was trying to think of something that start with a B also that represents water. Bodies of water. Like, these niggas outside, they having a good time, and I fuck with it. I think the only thing with it is too specific to the West Coast, so I don't think it's going to have, like, mass appeal by the time the summer is done, but it came across my eyes and ears, so I fuck with it. Burna Boy featuring 21 Savage, Sitting on Top of the World. I meant to mention this as well. I forgot. Song is fire. Burna Boy is out here showing the R&B guys what they should have been doing with their music, because I don't know, something about the guys, bro. The R&B guys, they don't sample, like, because if you think about it, like, R&B is one of those genres. It's not like hip hop where it's been like male dominated for a long time, and now we're just starting to see women participate on a mainstream level in like a big way, you know, with Nicki and all the girls she's ushered in. Like, R&B has been pretty neck and neck, and a lot of times the women have, you know, outdone the men as far as like music or whatever. So I be listening to the guys and I be like, I appreciate all this new stuff y'all trying to come with. Make sure R&B stay fresh and new, incorporating all this trap, you know, drums and shit and everything like that. But the women of R&B have come with incredible records, especially women of the past. So why the fuck y'all not sampling the girls? Why y'all not sampling the women? I don't get it. Burna Boy done had 2 knockout records. He sampled that motherfucking Tony Braxton song, and it made us remember the Tony Braxton song and how great it was. Now he's sampling Brandy, and it's making us remember how dope Sitting on Top. Like, come on now. I just need y'all to see what's going on, because Burna Boy get it. He's like, the women really been holding it down in R&B when the guys been trapped in the closet and now they trapped in the jail cell. Like, and I don't know. I feel like that's a part of the reason why R&B, everybody, every so often somebody talking about R&B dead. Yeah, because the guys act like the girls ain't really did nothing prior to them, and the guys have not made R&B music that has been super impactful, so they don't even sample the guys. Like, there should be more R&B singers that have sampled Usher, like, especially of today's age. I mean, there should be more people that have sampled Usher and New Edition and Jagged Edge. Like, we should hear more male and women. We should hear more men and women R&B being sampled by this generation of R&B singers. Now, I'm not saying it's not happening at all, because Beyonce has been sampled by Summer Walker. I think Brent. I think Brent done sampled some R&B folk. Blast, definitely. He's been doing a really good job at sampling R&B and hip hop R&B as well, like Ja Rule and shit like that, singing ass rap niggas. Bryson Tiller, but it's like few and far in between. Burna Boy, continue to do what you're doing because I fuck with it. The Sitting on Top of the World video is also dope. I really, really fuck with that video. And then, oh yeah, Fendi the Rapper and Cardi B, Disappoint Me Too. I fuck with it. I do. I had no prior knowledge of this Fendi the Rapper girl until Cardi B posted on her Instagram that she was remixing this girl's song. If I'm being real, the song itself, it ain't necessary. Well, I mean, I fuck with it, but it's not like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not mid, but it's not like fire either. It's like in between fire and mid. Like mid plus, I don't know. But the song is cool. What I'm trying to say is Cardi's verse is why I listen to it, which is interesting because, yeah, that's been Drake and Nicki for a lot of other songs that have come out prior to this. Like, I only fuck with that song because Drake did a feature on it, or Nicki did a feature on it, whatever. So it's kind of interesting seeing Cardi B in that light, where it's like her features are not only breaking records, but they also are making people only listen to the song for her. But either way, Cardi snapped, and in the video, ass, not ass as in not ass as in like it was bad video. I mean like ass everywhere in the video. It's beautiful actually. The amount of twerk that we had, especially from Cardi, like crazy. Ass and titties really. And that's all I mean. It's a rap nigga video. It was cars, jewelry. I think some money might have popped around every once in a while. And it was women, ass and titties, bouncing, shaking. The chorus say, point me to somebody. I'm a slut. I'm trying to fuck and all this other stuff. So it was fitting, and I appreciate it. What else? Oh, albums. Oh, so y'all know sometimes I be talking about sequencing when it comes to like music or whatever. This Business is Business Metro version, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why sequencing is so important when it comes to albums, because Young Thug's regular Business is Business album, the album that he actually put out, the way, you know, it came out or whatever, it's good, but it was like not as good as Metro version. And all Metro did was rearrange the songs. He rearranged the track list. I think he added maybe like two or three new songs. Either way, I listened to it, the Metro version, and I was like, this is how the album should have came out. Like, Metro really sat with that music and he was like, no, this song should have been here. This song should have been here. You should have put this song on here with this person. And he gave us damn near a brand new album. I was like, bruh, I don't know who produced the first one, who sequenced the first album or the original, whatever. But they should have let Metro get it. Cause the way he reorganized that fucking track listing, stuck certain songs in certain places, like that shit just hit. It was like listening to a brand new album without I don't know, any newness to it. Well, like I said, he did add like 2 new songs, but that's why sequencing is important. Listen to Metro version after you listen to the original version, and you're gonna understand like the way he rearranged that fucking album. It just gave a whole new gave me a whole new perspective on it. It was a whole new breath of fresh air. Just breathed. What is that? Like he breathed a whole new fresh air into the shit, and I really really fuck with it. Outside of that, Uzi, aka Lil Uzi Vert, well, I think it would be BKA because he best known as Lil Uzi Vert. But he's also known as Uzi, and he also known as Baby Pluto. And what's the little name he gave himself? Either way, that's beside the point. Uzi put out Pink Tape, which has been long awaited. He's been teasing this album for quite some time. The fans been waiting. I guess I've been waiting too. I think ever since Eternal Atake, I think that's or Eternal Itake. I don't know what he would pronounce or they would pronounce the album as, but ever since that album, I found myself like a Uzi fan to the point where it's like if he announced that he putting out something new or it's a new Uzi verse that come out or whatever, I listen to it. And that's big because he's getting on to the point now with me where it's like I'm anticipating projects from him. So when I found out about the hype with Pink Tape or whatever and how he been teasing and all this other stuff and saying it's gonna come out and then say, you know what, never mind, I'm not gonna put it out yet, I'm not finished. Instead, let's put this album out to like hold you guys over. I'd be like, okay, I'm anticipating this project. It dropped and I enjoyed the damn album. I really do. Uzi got this like punk rock, trap, alternative hip hop vibe to him, and it's really grown on me the more I listen to his music. And I don't know. I like that because I feel like I'm somebody that's open to music. I don't like to just pigeonhole my viewing or my listening pleasure into just hip hop and R&B or whatever. I like to expand my sounds and listen to other stuff. That's how I got into like EDM and all this other stuff. So it's like I feel like I enjoyed this. And I think that it's actually needed. I feel like hip hop does need to expand a little bit. Like there was a point in time where you would just consider Uzi to be one of the new mumble rappers, and he kind of just like showed us like, no, you know, I like that style of rap, but I'm actually a little bit more than that. I have talent and artistic vision and stuff like that. So this is what I am, and I really really fuck with that. Surprisingly, one of my favorite songs on the album is Werewolf featuring Bring Me the Horizon. Something about it, bro. Like, and which is crazy because this is like a straight up rock song. Like it got this like nostalgic like late 90s 2000 rock vibe to it. And when I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was playing my game, my PlayStation, and I was like, this shit sound fire. It sound like something I would hear during a boss battle, like playing Final Fantasy or Devil May Cry. Like, you know, those kind of like dark games that are like, you know, action RPGs or whatever, like Bayonetta and shit like that. Like I felt like that's the kind of music that you would be listening to while you fighting a really, really tough boss. And I just really, really fuck with it. I don't really know how to really like describe it. It just sounds like a fire like rock song that you would hear on a dope game soundtrack. And it just so happened that Uzi is one of the artists on there. And then it's Bring Me the Horizon band or whatever. They're dope. Like after I heard that song, I was like, I need to check this band out because maybe they might have something else that I really, really fuck with. Or maybe they may have done some other collabs with other like hip hop artists or whatever that I might fuck with. But I don't know, it's crazy. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting one of Uzi's like rock songs to be like one of my top picks from this album. But I really, really like the Werewolf song. I feel like Nakamura to Werewolf is like a nice run of just Uzi doing his like alternative rock vibes. all of them got like little tinges of hip hop. You know, the Just Wanna Rock song is nicely positioned on this like 5 or 6 song run, and you know, it got that whole Jersey Club dance vibe to it with the whole rock shit in there too. All of it just fit. I was like, damn, bro, like sequencing matters. Again, he really put that together. Well, that was a nice like run. I was not like turned off by it at all. Like I wasn't listening to it like, okay, I want to get back to the more bass heavy, 808 heavy beats. I was like, no, I'm vibing. This shit is a jam, bro. Like he was really like going off. And like four out of those like 5 or 6 songs, they're like super rock, heavy metal leaning records. So I was like, damn, bro. Not Uzi opening me up to like a genre of music that I pretty much don't listen to. Like just because I don't see any of myself over there in that music. So I was like, damn, bro, that's crazy. But I really like the album, bro. And obviously, you know, you got the more Uzi-esque, the more, ooh, I was about to sneeze hard. The more, like, Uzi songs that you would, you know, be used to hearing. Like, Flood the Face is dope, Suicide Doors, A featuring Travis Scott. I really fuck with that. X2, which it made me go back and listen to X because I was like, oh, okay. Because when Uzi does like 2 and 3 and 4, like X1, X2, like when he do like continuation songs like that, they tend to tie into one another. So I definitely went back to X to listen to what he did on X2. Of course, I like the Endless Fashion song with Nicki. That Natalie chin check, the Natalie chin check line had the social media in the chokehold. Because one, laughing at Natalie and her chin, but then 2, seeing Natalie turn that into opportunity to further increase her relevancy. It was just a sight to see. Because Nicki does like have that kind of power and influence with her music. So it was like kind of funny. I talked about Nakamura to, I guess Pluto to Mars would be where it closes out. Or no, Werewolf was probably the end of that like rock, like super phase in the album. The album got 26 songs, by the way. It's an hour and 27 minutes, which I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen that, I was like, okay, you trying to do the Chris Brown thing? Because we was on Chris Brown about that. Like, we don't need all of these songs on here. But upon listening, I was like, okay, no, these actually fit and it's fire. And then 3 of these songs are bonus tracks, so they weren't even supposed to be there until I guess the end of the album. He was like, you know what? Put them on there too. So I'm cool with that. Patience featuring Don Toliver. I really, really felt this record. I like what Uzi get in his little bag. Where he tried to be like a little R&B nigga a little bit. I really fuck with that. And then Don Toliver, he's on an amazing run right now with his Love Sick album. I really, really love the album. It's probably going to be my album of the year, honestly. Unless Drake come through with For All the Dogs and it's really some shit. Well, I can't say that because I think Nicki going to have a really, really good project. I think Pink Friday 2 is going to be really, really good. Whew. But I really like this album. The bonus tracks, or actually the end. The end is really, really dope, featuring Baby Metal, because it sounds like end credit anime music. It sounds like what you would hear when an anime is closing the episode out, showing you all of the end credits or whatever. And I really, really love that because he kind of, I don't know, to announce the album or get everybody excited for the album, he kind of put out his own little anime on YouTube. It's like 5 minutes long, and you can see him riding animated motorcycles through an animated futuristic metropolis, and then he get into this boss battle with this big ass anime looking monster demon or whatever. He really made his own little 5-6 minute anime as like a promotional piece for the Pink Tape album, and I was really like fucking with that. So to see the end on here and hear it, I was like, okay, this is the end of the album. I hear what you're doing, because it definitely sounds like an anime is ending, and then the 3 bonus tracks kick in right after that. So I was like, this is very intentional, and I really appreciate this project. I've been listening to it. I think I've listened to it all the way through like 4 times now, maybe like 4 or 5 times. Solid project, and it accomplished an amazing accolade, which is becoming the first rap album to go #1 on the Billboard 200 charts for 2023. Up until now, all of these rap nigga albums that have come out since January 1st, none of them have reached the #1 spot on the Billboard 200, which the Billboard 200, to me, it's a little bit more heavy than the Hot 100, because the Hot 100 is full of, it's all singles. It's all just particular songs, specific songs, and radio affects that entirely too much. If the song is doing well at radio, it's going to stay in the top 10 of the Hot 100 for as long as radio says, oh, this song is good, let's continue to play it. And radio, I don't know, the Billboard, that need to be a rule that y'all start tweaking, like, because radio play is too impactful. It's a setup, really, because top 40 radio, they play white music a lot, and it heavily impacts the Hot 100, which is why Morgan Wallen and Last Night have been on this fucking list or on the top 10 for so long. And even though people are not huge fans of the Ice Spice, what's the girl name, Taylor Swift song or whatever, because Taylor's fan base and what she represents and means to music, the song just continues to stay in the Hot 100. Like, there are songs that have been there for so long, and I'm just like, I don't get it. But I do, because radio. But either way, the Billboard 200 is like really, it's about albums. Like, that's the album shit. So it's like, whose album is really out here making a noise? And I say that is like, it's like a little bit more honest and a little bit more heavy in terms of like weight than the Hot 100, because a #1 album on Billboard 200, the album's just, the Billboard 200 just, I feel like it more, what am I trying to say? I feel like it better represents what people are actually listening to, because the Billboard 200 is not impacted by radio as much as the Hot 100. So it's like, you can have a hot single on the radio from your album and it's doing well on the charts for the Hot 100, but if people not really listening to your album, they're only listening to that song, it's going to reflect on the Billboard 200. So you might have the #1 record in the country for your song, but on the Billboard 200, you might be sitting at #5 or like #7, and it just kind of shows what's really going on. But either way, shout out to Uzi for doing that. That's really dope. And then, like, I think it was 18 of the 18, what stat did I read? 18 of the 26 songs on this album are sprinkled out across the Hot 100 charts, with one of the songs, I think Flood the Face. Was it Flood the Face? Yeah, Flooded the Face is like at number 11. So it's right up under the top 10. And then the rest of the songs kind of like spread out from there. But either way, dope project. He said if we get the album to #1, which it is, that he was going to release EXO Tour Life 3, or no, Love is Rage 3, I'm sorry. which EXO Tour Life 3 should be on there. Oh wait, was it on Eternal Atake, whatever, however you pronounce it? I'm not sure, I don't remember. Either way, he said if we get this album to #1, he was gonna put out Love Is Rage 3. So I'm expecting that sometime soon, as well as Utopia. Travis has started his promotional run for this Utopia album. I'm really, really excited for that. And then, of course, Drake and Nicki about to drop. So the rest of 2023, as far as music, you're going to hear a lot of excitement coming from me in the playlist because my favorites are out here and they're ready to drop. And I wouldn't be surprised if Beyonce sneaks Act 2 of Renaissance in on us as well before the year ends. Fingers crossed. That's it for the playlist, though. Let's play some more music one more again, or not one more again, real quick. Then we're going to jump into the watch list.
Living inside a dream, let's lay where the love is like. I put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my bag, wish you could. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good.
The watch list for this particular episode of the Talk and Play Blurcast, trailer spotlight. Wonka trailer just came out. I watched it. I am intrigued. I really want to see this movie. I'm trying to make sure I think I'm going through my mental Rolodex. I believe I still have the original, like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on VHS because, yeah, I'm cultured. So I saw the original, the remake that came out in like 2025. I saw that as well. And at this point, I really want to see what's up with this new one, Wonka, because it's supposed to be more about Willy Wonka and less about the Chocolate Factory and, you know, the Oompa Loompas. Well, no, because it's gonna be the origin story of Willy Wonka and how he like came across the Oompa Loompas and everything like that. So I don't know. I'm excited. I want to see what's going on. This boy Timothy, what's that? Chalamet. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything. But based on what I saw in the trailer, I think his performance is going to be solid. I'm interested to see this different take on the whole Wonka franchise and everything. Us getting backstory about Willy Wonka and who he is as a person, and, you know, seeing the Oompa Loompas come from where they come from and how they ended up being in servitude to Charlie or Willy in the damn Chocolate Factory. Because if I'm not mistaken, the book that all of this is based on, like, that was in there. Like how Willy Wonka found the Oompa Loompas somewhere on a trip or whatever and brought them back to the Chocolate Factory and made them work and all this other stuff. So I like that they're still pulling content from this entire franchise and giving us new spins on it. So I'm really, really excited to check it out. If you haven't seen the Wonka trailer, you know what to do. YouTube or wherever you want to watch video trailers or whatever, because this one looked like a good one. I'm kind of hyped to see it because I like it's my childhood, man, nostalgia. What else? Okay, so outside of that, I was able to, you know, sit. So I was in the bed and I because I talked about this on a past episode. I Am a Virgo. That was a trailer spotlight on a prior episode. So I finally sat down and I watched it. It's a good show. Like good as fuck. I'm like eagerly anticipating season 2. Boots Riley is the creator. He is the same creator of that movie Sorry to Bother You that had Lakeith Stanfield and not Lawrence Fishburne. Damn, what's the black actor dude? He been around forever. I'm mad that I can't think of his name right now because that's disrespectful. Is it Lawrence Fishburne? You know what? Google right here. I ain't finna disrespect the legends like that. Either way, he's the creator of Sorry to Bother You. So if you seen that movie, then you kind of like understand his particular brand of Danny Glover. That's his name. Shout out to Danny Glover. But yeah, if you saw Sorry to Bother You, then you know his particular brand of like movies and visual art and everything like that. Like he has a message behind it, and the message in I'm a Virgo is really, really dope. It's about a 13-foot tall black man, so he's pretty much a giant, and him discovering the world for the first time, or at least his world from the view of his Oakland neighborhood. And you know, there's other little things happening. He's not the only like quote unquote special person. There's other individuals who he ends up befriending that have powers and things like that. But all of it is an overarching story about one, discovery and the journey of life. You know what I'm saying? Starting from a place of not knowing anything, discovering things for the first time, and then making your own decisions about how the world is as you learn things about it. And the other overarching theme is, you know, the plight of capitalism and how it's like literally destroying everybody except the wealthiest of people. And I thought it was really, really good. I loved all of the little things that are happening in the show that have this like meaning, and the writing is really good. Mike Epps is in there, so he's being hilarious at himself. I think he's probably the most notable, like he's probably the person that you would recognize the easiest, Mike Epps. The rest of the cast, from what I remember, they're fairly new actors and actresses, and I enjoyed that as well, because I got to see people like actually act instead of just play versions of themselves, because I know them and who they are. So that was really, really dope. The series is on Amazon Prime. It only has one season as of right now. Only 7 episodes. Each episode is between like 22-ish to 32 minutes or whatever. And it's fire. I just love it. All of the messages and the way it makes you think. Every episode made you think like, damn, what's going on? What does this represent? What's the message and what he was trying to say here? And then Boots Riley actually did something really dope, which is the episode breakdown. So every single episode, there's like a 4 to 7 minute video on Amazon Prime of him like breaking down some of the things in the episode and what he meant and what he was trying to convey and stuff like that. I just thought it was really dope, man. It's a really, really good show. I like that it's black, but not in a like, oh, this is how we're all connected because black people have so many like similarities, even though we're not monoliths. Not that kind of black where it's like relatable black. I mean, like the characters are black. They are experiencing being black in this, I don't want to call it a mythical world because it's in Oakland, California, but then like the things that are happening are very nonfiction and mythical. And then there's this other like layer of fantasy fiction there that I'm really, really intrigued about and understanding like what all is going on, because they keep referencing something bigger is coming, something bigger is about to happen, and then there's something going on with Cootie that I'm pretty sure his parents noticed, but they don't really know how to tackle it just yet. And I'm like, but this shit is like getting disgustingly larger and gross. Like, we need to talk about this, but they just don't. It's like a bunch of like little loose threads that I could tell are tied to like some bigger like fantasy fiction type stuff, and I'm really really interested to see what that's about because they ain't really explain it, which I thought was dope. They left a lot of room for a season 2 to be just as impactful and have as much depth story wise. I don't know. I'm a Virgo is dope. Like I said, if you're a fan of Boots Riley or aware of his work, or you at the very least enjoyed Sorry to Bother You, then I really really think you will like this, and I implore you to watch it because I'm a Virgo is dope. It is a black show that we kind of need it. It's not the norm of what you're seeing right now with black content. It's not, what Issa Rae is doing. It's not a reality show. You know what I'm saying? It's comedy based, but it's a story there, and there's a message, and there's blurreddom. Like the main character, he was obsessed with comic books, and that kind of shaped his view of the world before he was actually able to go out and experience it. And it was interesting watching him try to like draw the parallels from what he was told about the world and what he read in comic books to then find out what's really going on, and like, oh, fiction versus reality. It's dope. Check out I Am a Virgo. And yeah, man, if you fuck with it, hit me on Threads and let's talk about it, because that's where you're supposed to talk. I don't really post much about the podcast on Instagram and stuff because this audio, and I've personally just like pictures and videos to be posted on Instagram, so I've been struggling to find a space to like connect with y'all and like speak to y'all back and forth. Twitter, I don't know, something about it weren't curling over for me as far as that. I get on Twitter and I talk and shit and, retweeting everything, repost stuff. But I think Threads is going to be more, I think because it's connected to Instagram, that I'm like, oh yeah, this would be way better for discussing things. Either way, check out I'm a Virgo because it's a dope show and I enjoyed it. Like I said, the 7-episode season 1 is on Amazon Prime. So if you already have Amazon Prime because you can't stop shopping from the comforts of your own bedroom, then check out Prime Video, and it's right there for you for free. What else have I been watching? Oh, I'm on season 4 of Young Justice now. I think it's called Phantom. I think this season is called Phantom. Either way, I just finished the Outsider season, and what I want to say is bravo, because season 3 Outsiders, such a huge contrast between season 1 and 2. Like season 1 and 2, it was more I guess TV 14. I guess I'll say it was more, it should maybe less than 14, like TV 12. It was more like childish, I guess is the proper word. Like, this is a show, Young Justice is about superheroes in training. Like, the sidekicks or the proteges of all of our favorite DC characters. They've teamed up and they're doing all this secret covert shit for the Justice League and coming into their own as, heroes or whatever. So it was very, it was light. Season 3, it got dark. Way more gory for a cartoon. Seeing ribs and beating hearts coming out of chests and shit like that. People actually bleeding when they getting their ass whooped by these quote unquote superpower individuals. Like, people's body parts breaking and having to be put back together. Like, season 3 of Young Justice, it got really, really real, and I really, really appreciated it because the writing got better as well. Like, the depth of the characters, they were continuing to develop them throughout the season. The plot twist in season 3, I was like, okay, I ain't necessarily see that. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. But as things were revealed, I was like, this is dope. And you would think it's a cartoon or whatever, so I'm mostly tuned in for the fight scenes and all the powers and stuff. But season 3 really made me like dial in on the story. The story was already good in season 1 and 2 of Young Justice. Like, let's say that it was already good. They took it up another level on season 3, and it really got me hyped to get into season 4. So I'm like 2 episodes in on season 4, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, season 3 was really, really good. And shout out to the sound team. Whoever designed the sound for season 3, y'all did an amazing job. I really, really like this like small, minute detail that they did where it was like no sound in space. Because, you know, that's what they say about space. Because there's very limited gravity and, you know, oxygen and stuff like that. Like, sound waves are not able to travel in space. So when they were doing space scenes where like ships were shooting back and forth at each other, when they were giving you the viewpoint of watching it outside, all you saw was like the spaceship shooting at each other and shit blowing up. It was no like sound there. But when you go on the angle of like being on the ship, like you hear explosions as they hit the ships and stuff, and people fighting and cussing and being mad and shooting and shit. Like, it was dope. I just like little stuff like that. I like when people pay attention and try to actually mimic reality, because there's no sound in space. Like, yeah, if some spaceships and shit was to get to fighting in space, you wouldn't be able to hear nothing because sound waves can't travel. So I don't know, I just thought that was really, really dope. And then I started My Adventures of Superman. Now, My Adventures of Superman, from what I saw, I'm only 1 episode in. And I think they only released the episode. I think it's 2 episodes out now. And then they're releasing the episodes 1 episode at a time a week. You know, it comes out on Adult Swim. And then the next day you can watch it on Max or whatever. Saying all that to say, My Adventures with Superman is probably going to be a really, really fire show. And I have to acknowledge Hero Mode. Is that the name? Hero Mode? That's the handle for HBO and all that superhero stuff. Y'all need to make sure y'all pay Frankie. Fantastic Frankie. If it wasn't for her, I would have not known about this show or gave it a chance. Because I'm honestly over Superman. Like, I know what's up with Superman. Like, he hasn't changed over the years, and he don't need to. Like, he's literally like the blueprint for pretty much every superhero that's come after him. So he has to stay the same. But this spin on it, this anime-esque take on it, I really, really fuck with it. I really enjoy it. Like, there's a fucking Sailor Moon transformation scene in the first episode. I'm like, Superman he's never transformed like, they never put his clothes on like this. It's always rip the button up, rip him out the plastic like he acting brand new, and you know, take the little glasses off and hit the sky. This one, he like have a whole like, my entire body is white, translucent stars, and you can see the clothes materializing on my body. And so I'm like, yeah, so y'all gonna jack Sailor Moon swag like that and expect for niggas not to notice? But I really, really appreciate it, man. I'm excited to like get into that entire show as a show, because I just feel like there's a lot of promise there with the way that they're writing the episodes and being intentional about making it as anime as possible. I know there's a debate constantly happening about if anything that's not coming out of Japan, if it's considered an anime or not. I happen to think that anime is grown. Japan is the origin, but it can be done anywhere. Same thing with hip hop. New York is the origin of hip hop, but because the culture has grown the way it's grown, it's literally being created across the entire world. That's how I feel about anime. So I would call this an American anime, but you know, you call it what you want. All I'm gonna say is, based on what I saw in episode 1, I'm ready to watch episode 2, and I'm kind of tight that they doing it week by week, because I like to binge anime. I like to binge anime, which brings me to my next one. I finally got back over here in Anime Corner. Y'all come over here with me real quick. Demon Slayer is back with the dubs. I had not realized this, but while I was like sick or whatever, I was thinking about it, and I was like, the fucking Black Clover movie was good. I really enjoyed it. I want to just get into some anime. I need something to watch right now. And then I thought about it. I was like, okay, let me check and see how long it's going to take for the dubs to drop for Demon Slayer. Little did I know, they are pretty much almost caught up with where the season ended. So I'm like, oh shit. So I watched Demon Slayer episodes 1 through 7. That's all of the dubs that they have on Crunchyroll right now. So next week I'll be able to watch 8 and whatever else follows that. But I'm liking where we are in the series. I'm liking getting to see these 2 different Hashira, the girl with the pink and green hair and the nice titties or whatever, who Tanjiro and Nezuko both clearly have a little crush on. It's cute. I think she liked Tanjiro back too, but like, you know, she's like a little older, so she understands her feelings a little better. Either way, I fought with her. The kid that got the blank stare on his face all the time, but he's an incredible mist user, breathing style Hashira. He's dope. I'm glad that Tanjiro had such a profound effect on him so quick, because I really like the decisions he's making to try to like actually protect people instead of being so fucking analytical and common sense about everything. Because it's like, okay, yes, nigga, like this motherfucker probably has a good chance of dying, but that don't mean don't save the nigga because there's other people. Like save as many people as possible. Yeah, the last episode I seen, episode 7, Tanjiro was trying to kill the little imp demon thing, the little short demon that was running around like a mouse. He was trying to behead him, but he couldn't get it done. And then all of his little offspring that he sent off to fight, they start eating each other and reabsorb back into one strong ass demon that got everybody shook now. So I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen? And I really, really hope that the swordsmith gets to finish all the work on this sword that Tanjiro was able to release from the little training doll, because something about that sword made me feel like that once Tanjiro get it, he gonna unlock a new power. And I'm ready to see what that is, because when he unlocked that whole fire shit on the season prior to this one, I was like, oh shit, my nigga Tanjiro. I was excited. So I'm happy to see what's going on with this sword. Now I need the Mist Hashira, I can't think of his name right now. I need the Mist Hashira to go ahead and get off the ground. He done broke out of this little water jar prism or whatever with the help of the boy who he should have been saving this whole time. So I'm glad about that. Now I just need him to go. I need him to go kill this demon, because the demon is actively attacking dog that's working on refurbishing the sword. And if he stopped refurbishing the sword, all that shit would have been for nothing, and Tanjiro won't have a fire sword no more. So looking forward to some things with Demon Slayer. But outside of that, that's it. Like I said, I've been sick, so in between watching this stuff I just talked to y'all about, I've been taking a lot of naps, like sleep. So ain't really much else to discuss as far as what I've been watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Talk and Play Blurredcast. Remember, you can follow me wherever you choose to at BRIANSAPPH on Instagram and now Threads. I'm still over on Twitter until Threads tighten up a little bit more to finally put the nail in the coffin for that app, but I'm still over there. Yeah, man, hit me up, and thank you once again for tuning in. I will catch y'all on the next one.
Picked up where you left off. I pray on my knees to my